Security was tight for the verdict at the court in South Jakarta. Hundreds of police and soldiers were on guard. Aman Abdurrahman was convicted of planning a gun and bomb attack on a Starbucks coffee shop in 2016, in which 4 civilians were killed and 4 other attacks. He was in a maximum security prison at the time, but used mobile phones and the internet to spread his teachings, and the man who carried out the attacks visited him in prison beforehand.
Therefore, sentencing Aman Rahman, alias Aman Abdurrahman, with the death penalty.
Last month, more than 30 people died, including the bombers, in a series of suicide attacks at churches and at a police station in the city of Surabaya. Families with young children carrying suicide bells were held responsible. Police have said they were members of Abdurrahman's group, Jemaah Ansharat Daulah, JAD.
There is fear among police that this verdict could become a trigger for revenge attacks by sympathizers who are not really involved in JAD, but can operate as lone wolves who have been self-radicalized.
More than 400 suspected members of JAD have been arrested since the beginning of the year. This verdict is not only seen as a strong message to those involved in terror attacks in Indonesia, but also to their ideological leaders. Counter-terrorism laws have recently been revised to make it easier to prosecute those inciting violence. But above all, this case has put the spotlight on Indonesia's prison system, notoriously lacking security. FEULNER was injured during the attack at Starbucks. Judges decided to say compensation should be paid to him and other victims of attacks, but not as much as they wanted.
The becoming more at ease with the situation is just a time factor, and the time heals the wounds and the memories of the past. The closure will come more because of the decision by the judges or the panel of judges to grant compensation and thereby contributing to the closure than the actual conviction of a suspect.
In court, Aman Abdurrahman kneeled down and kissed the ground after the verdict was read out. He said he won't appeal. Vaessen, Al Jazeera, Jakarta.